presented by Fields Auto Group.
Pragmatically, let's do this, let's get moving along, and let's get ready for the next step. This is just the first step. I mean, we have much larger baseball fish to fry in our skillet.
That was Joe Madden at 10:31 last night, anticipating an NL Central clinch. Just over an hour later, the Cubs officially division champions after the Giants slayed the Cardinals. But as the skipper said, still much larger goals for this team. And there is a buzz in Wrigleyville. Win or lose today, the Cubs know they are division champs, and there will be a big old party in Wrigley Field and in Wrigleyville and around Chicago. And welcome in to our pregame show. He's Todd Hollinsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Everything brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. Holly, a very interesting evening last night. There was a great buzz here, a lot of electricity. The Brewers have pitched very well over the last month or so. They did the job. They won, but then the Cardinals lose in convincing fashion to Johnny Cueto and the Giants. Fait accompli, it's over.
Right. Well, you know, what you need to recognize is that today is not a special day in itself. It's a representation of this entire season, and that's exactly what you hear Joe Madden saying. Listen, this is the beginning of a journey. You know, we got through the regular season, we handled our business, and I think that's what you have to see yesterday. Yeah, in a perfect world, the Cubs win 8-0 yesterday. They handle their business on their own terms, and everybody celebrates. It didn't go that way, but it doesn't matter how you get in as long as you get in.
As long as you get in, and the Cubs right now 6 in front for the best record in the National League. So if they can clinch that, they'll know they'll be home throughout the NLCS if they advance that far. Let's take a look at some of the numbers around this clinch. First NL Central title since 2008. Last time the Cubs went to the playoffs in back-to-back seasons was also 2008. It's only the 4th time in franchise history that has happened. Cubs clinched in 146 games played. That's the earliest in franchise history. And the last team to clinch a division with 16 or more games remaining, the 2008 Angels, who clinched with 17 games remaining. Now, let's get the third member of our crew involved. Coors Light Game Report time. Here's Kelly Crow.
Well, thanks a lot, Cap. The party just put on hold, right? The champagne's still on ice and will be ready to be popped, poured, sprayed, you name it, right after this one goes final. And certainly an accomplishment that is very gratifying, especially for guys like Travis Wood and Anthony Rizzo, guys that were here during the tough times. And Travis Wood said, you know, I remember the season of losing 100 games, and here we have a chance to win 100 games this season. And while they have done it, they will clinch the division for these and be headed to the postseason, that is, for the 2nd year in a row. Kyle Hendricks says it feels a bit different this time around.
Last year we felt like we had to win, and at the end of the year to get into that second wild card spot, a lot different. I think we handled it from the beginning, though. Started spring trainings, Joe with all his sayings, embracing the expectations, embracing the target. Really having those thoughts in your mind throughout the whole year kept us on task day in and day out. And, you know, it's pretty cool for all the guys in here now to reap the rewards.
We got a couple weeks left to, really, get some, iron out everything we can to go into the postseason, and then we got more steps to go, so it's not over by any means.
I was watching it a little bit. I was following it a little bit, and I saw they went up 6-2. And Cueto was in the game the whole time, so I thought he must have been dealing. So regardless, we didn't get it done on the field last night, but we played a good game overall, and then we get it based on 93 wins on September 15th. Was it still September 15th, or was it it was September 15th. That's really unusual. That's really unusual. That's the part that I've really kind of been downplaying, but it's hard to wrap my mind around it, that you get it done that soon, based on everything that we had talked about last offseason, spring training, this season, rolling through a tough all-star break, and then coming back on the other side, man, and just taking off. That's really impressive on the part of our players.
Well, so So most of the guys called it an early night last night, conserving their energy for what should be an epic party this evening. One guy, however, who didn't head straight home, but rather just soaked up the environment here around Wrigley. He'd been doing it all day, was David Ross. He said he headed out of the ballpark, just walked down Sheffield Avenue, and about the time that the Cardinals and Giants game was supposed to wrap up, he popped out into one of the bar. The owner there recognized him, and when the Cardinals game, of course, went final with them having lost, the Cubs clinching the division, he took a shot, he said, celebrating with himself the last clinching division, if you will, in his retirement year this year. And he said, but the guys who really need to be acknowledged when it comes to this first step of what they hope is many goals they cross off the list this season are the everyday guys. And he said certainly they're the backbone to this team and why they are where they are at this point already this year.
You know how much I love to talk about myself here, but I mean, I'm trying to be good every year, and I think that's the goal of a Major League Baseball player, is to give your best every year, whatever that is. And last year I was trying to be better than I actually was, so I think we all continue to strive on a daily basis to be as great as we can. The energy in the ballpark and the fans and this organization and the coaching staff, all that helps, but as an individual, you're trying to do the best you can every year and every time out. And we hate to fail, and it's part of this game. And but these guys are the example. They're the ones that do it every day. I'm a backup player that plays every once in a while, and I give it my all, and I get to rest for a few days. So these guys, KB, Riz, Russ, all these guys that are rolling, Dex, Jay Hay, these guys that are rolling out there every day. You know, they're the true champions and the guys that are going to get us where we want to go.
So they celebrate tonight and then get ready for October, and certainly it will be the storyline over the next couple of weeks. Cap, is the biggest challenge for Madden heading forward, balancing out resting guys and yet still keeping this team sharp. There are a lot of individual awards still on the line, but this team knows where their final goal and destination lies, and that'll be the key here moving forward after the party that is coming.
All right, thank you very much, Kelly. Let's take a look at the lineup. We always bring you the lineup brought to you by Wrigleyville Sports. Here's the lineup card, a little unusual for manager Joe Madden. Matt Caesar leads off in right. Javi Baez will start at shortstop. Jorge Soler hits 30s at left. Contreras is catching. Coughlin's at first. Almora in center. Lestella's at third. Munenori Kawasaki gets the start at second. And John Lackey gets the ball. Probably go, I would imagine, 85, 90 pitches. Make sure he stays razor sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about the lineup just a little bit, probably, you know, all together. I mean, you got a couple guys who are semi-regulars in there today. You've got some of the reserves in there. This is an opportunity. I want everybody to know that moving forward. Again, you have to recognize it as kind of jockeying for the final spots on that playoff roster. If you can get hot and you can impress your manager, you can make a difference, and you might change the minds. I think that they probably have an idea of what they might look like going into October. But again, hot bats at this time of year change minds. So I encourage these guys in the lineup today, take full advantage of every playing opportunity that you get moving forward.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. All of a sudden you're out there and you're raking, and they go, you know what, we need that.
Hey, he's 11 for his last 15. That might work on our playoff roster. I mean, that's just it. You got to look at it as a challenge and an opportunity to impress your coach, your manager.
All right, let's take a look at our Comcast business report. And we are looking at Brewers pitcher Chase Anderson, 1-0 with a 193 earning and 2 career starts against the Cubs. Both of those starts coming this season. Comcast Business, built for business. He's pretty good.
Yeah, Chase Anderson's had a decent season. He's certainly part of the good pitching, good starting pitching that the Brewers have been getting of late. Since August 22nd, one of the best in the National League. He is doing an outstanding job right now, mixing his pitches. Changeup is a big part of what he does. He's going to have a good curveball. You're going to see it again. Fastball command, all part of it. But Anderson's got good history against the Cubs and certainly in a good rhythm right now.
All right, Cubs pregame live takes our first time out. Brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. When we come back, you don't want to miss it. Set your DVRs. Best moments of the season. You'll love it. It's awesome. Our crew done a great job. And we've got, I don't know, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes till the start of the ball game. Keep it right here on Comcast Sportsnet all day long.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group. We've prepared a Joe Maddon Signature Edition vehicle. It will be raffled off at the end of the season with the proceeds going to many of Joe's favorite charities.
But not before I have the pleasure of driving it to and from the ballpark. Thank you, Dan, and everyone at Fields Auto Group for this special vehicle and for making this all possible.
For official raffle rules and complete details on how you can win this Joe Maddon Signature vehicle, go to FieldsAuto.com.
It is an honor for Fields Auto Group to help good causes like Cubs Charities and Misericordia. Fields matters because you matter.
Pat Hughes reporting from Wrigleyville Sports, where the excitement is building. Devin and Colin are choosing caps from the enormous wall of hats. Check out that selection. Chris and Tony are sporting new home jerseys with the blue pinstripes, blue hats, and sleeves. Get these ball players some trousers. Katrina is eyeing a new sweatshirt. She wants to be ready for the postseason. Across the street from Wrigley Field, Wrigleyville Sports is your one-stop shop for everything Cubs. Open 7 days a week or anytime at WrigleyvilleSports.com.
Buy one, get one boneless wings.
I know, and I can never choose which one flavor to get.
Right.
So now I can get hot honey and garlic parmesan.
Exactly. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, there's way more worlds than that. There's Earth.
Right.
Earth 2.
No.
Schmirth.
Schmirth, that just rhymes with it. That's not a real planet.
Florida.
Florida's a state.
Well, it seems like an entirely other world.
Buy one, get one free boneless wings are out of this world. Monday through Thursday after 5 p.m. In the AM, try a breakfast French toaster. This is how you Sonic.
Did you just see that? That was awesome. We have to try it. Okay. Okay, mine's not working. Maybe you have to bump it. Oh, yeah, do the bump it thing. Right. Okay. Yeah.
You can take money out using the BMO Harris app.
You want to buy a hairless cat? There's a pet store down the street.
Cool.
I think she said BMO Harris app. Yeah, that makes more sense.
When your phone is your debit card, that's the BMO effect. BMO Harris Bank. We're here to help.
Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. The east and the west are mine. The north and the south are mine. All seems beautiful to me.
Hey, today's CSN Bar of the Game presented by Coors Light's the Lamplighter Inn in Palatine. If you aren't heading to Wrigley Field, watch today's CSN broadcast at Lamplighter Inn. See the complete list of the CSN Bars of the Game presented by Coors Light. Visit CSNChicago.com. Take a look at the season numbers. Cubs own the best record in baseball, 40 over 500. Next best, the Nationals, 6 off the Cubs' pace. Cubs on pace for 103 wins and 41-18 since July 10. Over that span, Central lead's gone from 6.5 to the 17 where it stands today. Cap and Holly with you here on the field at Wrigley. A bit of an overcast day, but we're expecting to have baseball uninterrupted, we hope, for you. Cubs and the Brewers. It will be John Lackey against Chase Anderson. This has been a historic season. The Cubs playing phenomenal baseball from the get-go. Off to a 25-6 start. They've now clinched the Central Division, and they should have home field advantage through the NL Championship Series. Why don't you take a look at the best moments of baseball 2016 Cubs style?
Well, obviously the goal is to win the World Series.
Point of focus is going to be to embrace the target.
A season of great expectations opened with simple declarations and a stealth signing.
Surprise.
The journey began with a gem in Anaheim from the reigning Cy Young winner. But 2 games later, the Cubs were dealt a major setback.
It's not the way that you're playing your season going by playing 2 games and then now you're out for the season.
Addison Russell lifted spirits with 1 swing in the home opener, the first of many clutch hits. Then Jake Arrieta made history for the 2nd time in 11 starts.
Jason Hayward makes a catch. It's a no-hitter. Jake Arrieta has done it again.
I envisioned pitching like this. Even when I had a 5 in Baltimore.
New addition Ben Zobrist was unstoppable in early May, but Javier Baez stole the show on Mother's Day.
Deep left center. Game over. Cubs win.
John Lackey arrived and immediately showcased his firebrand personality.
How many home runs does he have? 3. I got a long memory. I didn't come here for a haircut. I came here for jewelry.
A crazy game at Miller Park featured Little League glove switching. A great escape from Travis Wood. And to top it off,
He walked it. Cubs lead 2-1.
we saw an incredible catch from Hayward in San Fran. Grandpa Rossi blasts his 100th career home run. And Chris Bryant assaults the Wrigley video board once again. 2 rookies came up in June. Albert Almora Jr. let his glove do the talking. And Wilson Contreras made a memorable first impression with his bat.
That ball is gone for a home run on the first pitch he ever sees in the big leagues.
Baez made some first-row friends in Miami. And Bryant had a game for the ages in Cincinnati.
I don't think I've ever had 5 hits in a game, let alone with 3 home runs.
The bottom dropped out in New York before the All-Star break. But Joe Maddon had wise counsel.
Like Winston Churchill once said, when you're going through hell, just keep on going.
The entire Cubs infield started the All-Star game in San Diego, and Bryant bested Southside ace Chris Sale.
Might be the premier home run hitter in the National League, and this is belted.
Jason Hamill discovered a cure-all for cramps.
Potato chips. My prescription is potato chips.
The Cubs had some fun with their crosstown rivals, then deployed their new weapon out of the bullpen. Travis Wood made an unlikely catch in the vines against Seattle. But an even more unlikely hero emerged in extra innings.
Lester is going to bunt. It's out in front of the plate. Here comes Hayward. He scores. Cubs win.
And that lit the fuse on a week of walk-offs. Anthony Rizzo debuted an Olympic gymnastics routine of his own.
On the ledge, he's got it. Oh, what a play.
Could have stuck the line a little better, but I was pleased with it.
We saw Bryant catch fire in August.
We kind of expect him to perform at that level. He spoils us.
Maybe Rizzo could be named the MVP. Who knows?
The Cubs said goodbye to a legend of the game. And Bryant sent Vin into the sunset with a going-away present.
And a high fly ball, a mean fly ball, a gone fly ball.
Kyle Hendricks morphed from 5th starter to Cy Young contender.
Put the radar gun in your back pocket and look at what he's doing.
I thought it was back in 1987. It was Greg Maddux on the mound.
Against Pittsburgh, Miguel Montero ended a marathon in style. Addison Russell committed leather larceny with the play of the year.
Caught by Russell!
Oh, my goodness!
We're witnessing greatness with a lot of young kids right now.
John Lester opened September by flirting with a no-no, but kept his eye on the October prize.
Those World Series trophies look nice on your mantle.
Jason Hayward had his moment in the sun after a tough season at the plate. And after the magic number hit 0 on the Cubs' first division title since 2008, only one question remains.
How far will it go?
All right, so there are some of the great moments of this amazing ride the Chicago Cubs and their fan base has been on since they started the season in Anaheim back in April. For me, some of my favorite moments, the Baez home run was huge.
Pink bat.
The pink bat, the pink shoes, all of it was phenomenal. But I think the mantra for me the whole way now, it amuses me, I believe in it, was John Lackey. I didn't come here for a haircut. I came here for jewelry. Let's get it on. That, for me, is the whole deal.
Well, he can get a haircut, too, and play for some jewelry if he wants. That's what I think that's what my mantra is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Listen, hard to pick one moment. I mean, I think to Wilson Contreras, the impact that he's had, I think that surprises me the most, what he's become up here. You know, there's some obvious answers. I mean, we can talk about John Lester and, you know, pitching like Cy Young. I think Kyle Hendricks really does stand out to me as well. The moment for Contreras, because I think it means an awful lot when you kind of consider everything that was going on with the catching at the time, the impact that he has had, the playing time that he has earned. It's been so impressive to me. I mean, that's just credit to him. He's taken it upon himself. So I got to be honest. I think his performance really does stand out, and the first home run that he hit was a big one in my mind.
All right, almost time for you to get interactive with our show. Get your mobile, get your tablet ready, your laptop. Go to csnchicago.com/vote. Just a few minutes, we will bring you our live fan vote. All right, today's CSN Bar of the Game again is presented by Coors Light's Lamplighter Inn in Palatine. You aren't heading to Wrigley Field. Watch today's CSN broadcast at Lamplighter Inn. If you want to see the complete list of CSN Bars of the Game presented by Coors Light, visit csnchicago.com. All right, time now for our Cubs fan poll question. Here it is. Pay attention, Howard.
I'm listening.
I want your answer on this. What team poses the biggest challenge to the Cubs in the division series? The Cardinals, the Giants, or the Mets? Because if things hold right now, it will be one of those three, and the Dodgers will win the West. How do you answer?
Oh, I answer with the Mets. I think there's history there. There's history this season. There's history last season. And they're rolling a little bit right now. Now, they're not as strong as they were last year, Cubs fans, so calm down. But I think you're going to agree with me on this one, that the Mets just being around in the playoff conversation irritates most of us.
But the funny thing is, if I had to rank them 1 to 3, I have the Mets third.
Well,
that would be the team I'd most want if I had to play one of the three,
but
simply because they're so banged up.
Well, right, because you look at the Giants and you say they've got a better rotation. You look to the Cardinals and you say they may have a better offense. But when it comes down to it, we've got history with the Mets right now over the last 2 years. They've got DeGrom coming back. They still have, Noah Syndergaard at the top of that rotation, Familia at the end of the game, and a Cespedes. And I think it just kind of sits in our craw right now as we get worked up over the Mets even being around.
The Giants have won 3 out of the last 6 World Series. The Cardinals are the Cardinals, so for me, bring on the Mets. But the Mets, 39% are your winner. So, sorry, 79% are your winner. So you have a lot of.
You're right. I mean, statistical analysis might tell you a different answer, but the Mets are still alive, and they look like they're shooing for the playoffs. They have a soft schedule here for the remaining part of September, and they're rolling right now.
They are rolling. Absolutely right. All right, got to take another time out. We'll come back. We have Holly's keys to the game. We also have to make sure we give you our key performers. This one's worth like 8 to me today, so I have to win. We'll be right back at Comcast Sports.
I've been thinking, this might be the one thing in the world you pull apart to come together.
New Papa John's Cinnamon Pull-Aparts covered with cinnamon crumble and sweet cream cheese icing. Try our new Cinnamon Pull-Aparts for just $6.
Hey, Papa John's.
Now that Big Papi's retiring, he's being smarter with his money. I need to be smart with my money. So he's become a super savvy shopper. Oh. That's why the Xfinity Best Offer of the Year is a home run. Lock in your rate for 2 years, plus get the X1 voice remote.
There is no crying in baseball.
It's the Big Papi of deals.
But no crying. My eyes are just sweating.
Score our Best Offer of the Year on the X1 Triple Play from Comcast for only $89.99 a month and lock in your rate for 2 years. Go online, call, or visit today.
The Honda Take Home a CRV sales event is here with incredible deals. Loaded with standard features like Pandora compatibility, a multi-angle rear view camera, and plenty of cargo space. It's no wonder the CRV was named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Buy for 2016. Hurry into the Honda Take Home a CRV sales event and get a great deal today.
The Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation and the Bona family have teamed up to knock cancer out of the park. Order your Italian beef the Rizzo way, and Bona will donate to my charity. I'm proud to be working with the Cubs and the Bona family, 2 Chicago originals.
Order it the Rizzo way at your local Bona restaurant.
A well-put-together man is said to be sharp. At GMC, we get why people appreciate that kind of precision. After all, precision is the kind of sharp that slices through a crowd. This is the precision of professional grade. It's the GMC 2016 model year sell down. Now get 20% below MSRP on select Sierra 1500 models in stock. That's over $10,300 on this Sierra SLT Crew.
At Sport Clips, we're always looking to enhance the sports experience. So we thought, what if we brought the game to you?
Are you ready for your hot towel?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Yeah, me, over here. I think we'll just leave it like it is.
The Sport Clips MVP experience. Great haircut, relaxing shampoo, and legendary hot steam towel. Sport Clips, it's good to be a guy.
The most Cubs coverage, go to csnchicago.com. Brought to you by Wintrust.
getting ready to battle the Brewers. Game 2 of a 4-game set. Wind is starting to swirl a little bit. Maybe we're going to get a little bit of rain here. You can't tell. Let's not forget, Cubs have already clinched the National League Central Division. Lineup a little funky today, but they have an ace on the hill. One of them, he's pitched great since coming off the DL, is John Lackey.
Well, you're going to see John do what John does. I don't think this is, I think some of us out there want to think that we need to see more from John Lackey down the stretch like he's not back. I'm going to go ahead and say he is back. I've seen it absolutely enough. The 2-seamer, the 4-seamer, the big curveball, the slider as well. He's going to game plan like he's getting ready for a start in September and continue to push and get himself ready for, postseason baseball. The bottom line is this: you see John Lackey, he is back, and expect a big one from him today.
All right, let's take a look quickly at the Brewers lineup for manager Craig Counsell. And you know how they can bring some thunder, whether it's off the bench or in the lineup. Braun, Carter, those guys. Neuenhuis has been a tormentor all year. They got some guys that can thump.
Well, they do, and they've got some good athletes, and that's the thing that you want to be careful of. You've got Broxton at the top. He's the speed guy today. Braun and Carter there in the middle. Certainly take note of where they're at all times, but good athletes around. You saw it last night, a couple back-to-back doubles, so they can string some hits together.
All right, take one more time out, and then it's Holly's keys to the game and our key performers, and we'll hand it off to the men who call the game, Len and JD. That's next on CSN.
Is price important? You bet it is. Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group.
It's the best price. You know it's the right price.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
Those other things are just perks, extras. It's not like it's built into the price.
Exactly. A low price and Fields amenities at no additional charge.
I got more car for the money.
It's what we do. Fields matters because you matter.
Hello? This is she.
Is that the doctor?
Okay, wow, really? It's 2? That's great news, thank you.
It's 2?
Yes, it's 2. It's 2 for 1 windows at Feldco.
Feldco is offering 2 windows for the price of 1, with no money down and no interest for 1 year.
2 windows for the price of 1 ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
In case you need anything, just give me a call. Thank you.
P.O. Box 17. Of course I'm a real company.
You got the area code.
Everything your customers see tells a story. Let the UPS store help you tell the right one. From business cards and banners to expertly packed shipments to mailboxes with a real street address. Come in today for help.
Hey, how's it going? Hotcakes? Hotcakes.
This place has hotcakes.
Hotcakes.
So why aren't they selling like hotcakes? With Comcast Business Internet and Wi-Fi Pro, they could be. Just add a customized message to your Wi-Fi Pro splash page, and you'll reach your customers where their eyes are already, on their devices.
Order up.
It's more than just Wi-Fi. It can help grow your business. You don't see that every day.
Introducing Wi-Fi Pro. Wi-Fi that helps grow your business. Comcast Business. Built for business.
When you were 8, you wanted to fly. When you were 13, to be a rock star. At 20, an artist. All these years later, you realize you had it right the first time. The 2016 Q50 from Infiniti. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti Q50 2-liter turbo for $319 a month, or finance at 0% APR at your Chicagoland Infiniti retailer.
All right, we're getting ready to have some fun here in Wrigleyville today. The Cubs have clinched the Central. They'll party after this ball game. Cubs and Brewers coming up game 2 of a 4-game set. Now time for Holly's keys to the game.
And Cappy, to your point right there, certainly we need to acknowledge that because that's what today is absolutely all about. All right, here you go. Here are the keys. 2 serious and 1 kind of taking it down because we know it's time to celebrate. All right, key number 1, go time. Really just talking about the opportunity for the reserves in the lineup. I said it already. Listen, wins and losses moving forward. Wins are semi-important. I mean that with all sincerity. the way you play is very, very important. Opportunity for these reserves to kind of stake their claim, open up some eyes, get into a good rhythm. Key number 2, change of pace. Anderson, be aware of that curveball changeup. We saw it last night when Brewers pitchers got in trouble. They went to their secondary pitches. Anderson absolutely would do that. Third key, time to celebrate, Cappy.
All right, time to pick our key performers. I'm going Matt Caesar.
I'm going Almora. Big day for him.
All right, we'll see. Matt Caesar, Albert Almora, whoever the hero is. Cubs are the Central Division champs, and we will have all the post-game coverage you want right here. Keep it locked here. All right, let's hand it off now. Let's go upstairs to the press box. The Cubs and the Brewers. It'll be Chase Anderson, John Lackey, and the Metal Call It. That's Len and JD.
All right, Cap, Holly, thank you very much. Should be a fun day today as the Cubs win or lose. We'll celebrate a division title after the game, but you might as well go out and win, right?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, it's one of those rare days where I think the players are looking more forward to the post game than the game itself. Unfortunately, the Cubs didn't win last night on the field. Overnight, though, they became National League Central champions as the Cardinals lost to the Giants.
Let's see how it all developed on Thursday here at Wrigley Field. Cubs magic number down to 1, so a win and the division would belong to the Northsiders. And it looked good early. Jorge Soler with a rocket home run in the second inning. That made it 2-0 off Jimmy Nelson. But the Brewers kind of treated this one like their World Series. They've been in 4th place for much of the year, and they were looking for their first win at Wrigley Field this season. Keon Broxton with a home run in the 4th gets them on the board. And they would grab the lead here. Orlando Arcia into the left field corner. Those runs would be unearned because of an Addison Russell error, but the Cubs would come back. Mike Montgomery with his first major league hit and RBI tied the game at 3-3. The atmosphere was incredible.
Yeah, the buzz of the ballpark from the minute we got here yesterday. A lot of energy pregame throughout the ball game. It just felt like one of those games the Cubs are going to be able to come back and win late. Obviously, that did not happen. The good news in the ball game yesterday, Mike Montgomery very solid in 6 innings of work, and Jason Hayward had a real nice day with a couple of doubles, one to left, and this one pulled into the right field corner.
That got the Cubs to within 1 at 5-4 in the 8th. But Tyler Thornburg would close out a 5-4 Brewers win. So all eyes then turned to San Francisco. And as the Cubs were playing late in their game early on, Hunter Pence of the Giants giving San Francisco a 2-0 lead over the Cardinals. Later on, and Johnny Cueto was terrific in this game. Kind of buried the lead. He was the story. He went the distance. Cardinals lose. Cubs clinch the division. And this was an early clinch. Game 146. So the Cubs still have a long way to go before we get to the playoffs. But it gives them time to rest and to plan.
Yeah, it gives Joe Madden a chance to rest his regulars. We probably won't see Rizzo for a couple of days. And then once we kind of get going here these final couple of weeks of the season, I think what you'll see is the regulars will be in there for 2 or 3 days in a row, then sit a day or two. And obviously he's got all kinds of time to figure out his pitching for the postseason and how that bullpen is going to shape up and how he's going to work it with his starters.
Let's look graphically at how early the Cubs clinched. Fewest games since 1996. Indians in 139 games. The Cubs doing it in 146, tied with the Seattle Mariners, who won 116 back in 2001. Here's Joe Madden.
It was September 15th. That's really unusual. That's really unusual. That's the part that I've really kind of been downplaying, but it's hard to wrap my mind around it, that you get it done that soon, based on everything that we had talked about last offseason, spring training, this season, rolling through a tough all-star break, and then coming back on the other side, man, and just taking off. That's really impressive on the part of our players. So, yeah, it's pretty incredible. Winning your division is always that's a highlight. It's always a highlight.
So the lineup today, the Cubs basically resting almost all their regulars. The only guy who started last night who's in there today is Jorge Soler. The interesting thing, JD, is even if the Cardinals had won last night and the Cubs were in another clinching situation, this was the pre-planned lineup all along.
Yeah, this is a byproduct of just the fact that the Cubs are coming off a tough, long road trip with some late-night arrivals, playing the day game after the night game. Joe's plan was to start most of his bench guys here today. And how much fun would that have been if those guys were out there trying to win the clincher. Obviously, it's not the case, but it will still be a fun day.
Cubs have a pretty strong bench as well, and they've got a veteran on the mound in John Lackey. Kelly Kroll. After the break, Brewers and Cubs coming up from Wrigley Field.
This Cubs injury report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
I'm dying to check.
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Save time every time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's going to be great. Our mountains challenge us. Push us back. Knock us down. Tell us it can't be done. But then, one day you reach the summit, and you realize the harder the climb, the better the reward. Coors Light, whatever your mountain, climb on.
They say a lot of things about rain, like how hard it's gonna fall, the things it does to your parade. We've got a saying about rain too. When it rains, it roars. The all-wheel drive lineup from Dodge. Domestic, not domesticated.
Get 20% off MSRP cash allowance for an average of $6,500 in savings on select 2016 Grand Caravan SXT Plus models in dealer stock.
This is an important medical alert. The FDA has recently issued a public health advisory for all people taking the type 2 diabetes drug Invokana. The warning states that Invokana may lead to diabetic ketoacidosis. Symptoms of ketoacidosis include difficulty breathing, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, confusion, and unusual fatigue or sleepiness. In more severe cases, Invokana has led to organ failure, coma, or even death. Call Invokana Alert now.
Call 800-262-0993.
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years.
Get your free sample now. Call in the next 15 minutes and get your free survival guide. Call 800-693-1580.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back to Comcast Sportsnet, your Coors Light game report. Cubs and Brewers on the way. Just moments ago, the Cubs coming out of the dugout here, being recognized in front of their fans here at Wrigley Field as the National League Central Division champions. A big tip of the cap from David Ross and company, who have accomplished so much already this season. Of course, this just the first step, however, to the main goal that they are trying to achieve this season. And it's pretty unique, however, though, to clinch the division in mid-September, something even Joe Maddon said is very unusual. And another thing that's been unusual towards this season and very unique are all the different contributors. One, in fact, will be starting in center field this afternoon. Albert Almora Jr., who we had a chance to catch up with earlier this afternoon and ask him just how special this journey has been for him this year.
To know I was an 18-year-old kid and wanted to be a part of the playoff baseball, and to be here my first year, and then it happened. Yeah, I wasn't a part of the whole year, but still, I mean, I'm here and I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to help the team whatever I can, and it's just, man, it's a great feeling.
When you say that about being 18, talking to Theo, you obviously, as well as a lot of the other young guys in here, don't know exactly what the fans of this organization have gone through over the years. Do you feel any pressure with that, or does it just mean, like, let's go out and do this? This is our team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't find it. I mean, for me personally, I don't think it's pressure. I feel like it's something to look forward to. I mean, hey, we could do this. We could be this team. We could be the team that everybody's going to remember for the rest of their lives, and that's something special. It's something that I thought of, that I've wanted to be a part of. Since I got drafted, I wanted to be a part of this team to win, and to be here right now, to be with these great 25, 30 guys that are here right now, I'm blessed and I'm super excited.
Almora Jr., of course, one of those guys vying for a playoffs roster spot, if you will, but a couple of guys who won't be, and we're out here this afternoon thanking the fans for all of their support this afternoon. Look at those smiles. Anthony Rizzo, David Ross. It is a good day and a lot of celebrating coming up after the Brewers and Cubs right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
It's the fabric that brings an entire nation together. It says to the world, we will never lose faith. We believe in this team. Her generation, his generation, the next generation. Maybe this October, if we fly it high enough and loud enough and proud enough, well, you get the idea.
Ford is America's best-selling brand, and you can see why. Ford Fusion has the turbocharged power and efficiency of the EcoBoost engine and handles almost any condition with intelligent all-wheel drive. Plus, Focus offers next-generation voice-activated Sync 3 technology and the added safety of the blind spot information system. Right now, get a Focus or Fusion with 0 for 72 plus $17.50 bonus cash, or lease a Fusion for just $189 a month. Only at your local Ford store.
It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
E-Man.
What up, Peyton?
You know I have DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. I get every game, every Sunday, all in HD.
Yeah, I know that.
So you want to come over? I'll make nachos.
I can't right now, man. I'm playing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Pencil you in for Tuesday.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket included at no extra charge. Only on DirecTV.
Our mountains challenge us. Push us back. Knock us down. Tell us it can't be done. But then, one day you reach the summit, and you realize the harder the climb, the better the reward. Coors Light, whatever your mountain, climb on.
Good or better? The Hyundai Sonata versus the Toyota Camry. The Sonata has an available panoramic sunroof. The Camry? No. In the Sonata, available Android Auto. The Camry? No again. And only the Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. The 2017 Sonata from Hyundai.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit mykiachicago.com to learn more.
I'm Carson Daly from The Voice to the voice of the Chicago Cubs, Len Casper.
Comes the 2-2. In the air, this should do it. Jason Hayward makes a catch. It's a no-hitter. Jake Arrieta has done it again. Thank you, Carson. Superstars Miley Cyrus and Alicia Keys join Adam, Blake, and Carson on TV's #1 unscripted series, The Voice, when it returns Monday night at 8 p.m. only on NBC. Time now for the Lowe's home field advantage. The Cubs have the best home record in baseball, 51-21, and here's what they've done their last 25 home games against the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, 19-6 in the last 25 against the Brewers, and so it's kind of ironic that the Brewers won that ball game last night. The Cubs were 6-0 in this ballpark against Milwaukee prior to last night.
So this should be fun today. Overcast skies. The lights are on. Hopefully the rain stays away. And again, the Cubs will celebrate their division championship after the game. And as Joe Madden said after the game, JD, they have bigger fish to fry in their skillet later on. But it's a pretty amazing accomplishment to win a division.
Yeah, and especially it's kind of not a given, but the expectations were that this team would be very special this year. But you still have to go out and do it. They have certainly done that, pretty much wire to wire, dominating the Central Division, clinching this early in a division that was supposed to be. Yeah, the Cubs were really good, but so were the Cardinals and the Pirates. Most thought so. People thought this would be a much more competitive division, and the Cubs have just run away.
Let's get into the starting pitching matchup for today. It'll be right-hander Chase Anderson for the Brewers and the big Texan John Lackey.
Anderson, over his last 5 starts, has pitched well, a 2.74 ERA. The Cubs have seen him twice this year. He was really good early on, 8 2/3, and picked up a win. And then the last time they faced him, he had to leave the ball game. Chris Bryant smoked a line drive off his knee, so it lasted a couple of batters in that one. John Lackey, career-wise against Milwaukee, 10 starts, 5-2 with a 3.09. This will be John's 3rd start since coming off the disabled list. He has thrown the ball well in each of the first 2.
Well, the Cubs celebrated a lot last year, clinching a postseason berth and then the division series win over the St. Louis Cardinals. They'll celebrate again later today, and they hope to do it several more times this fall. Cubs baseball is next.
Value City Furniture presents How to Binge Watch TV. First, enjoy family time while waiting for your favorite show to drop an entire season online. It's time. Bedtime. There you go. Next, reclaim your place on your ultimate comfort sectional from Value City Furniture. You crying? It's the ultimate value, combining the comfort of down with the bounce back of memory foam. It'll look good as new whenever you decide to get up. Perfect. And that's how to buy the perfect piece. Good morning. Uh-oh. At Value City Furniture.
It starts with the low Fields price, and then we include all of the Fields amenities at no extra charge.
I'm not overpaying for my vehicles. I'm getting great customer service and great amenities at Fields.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
It's not about the word free, it's the way they deliver it and what they deliver.
We simply treat people the way we want to be treated. It's a commitment to our customers we made long ago. Fields matters because you matter.
For almost 40 years, I've worked hard to enforce the safety rules on our highways and in workplaces, to hold the negligent accountable. And it's helped make our community a safer, better place. But to keep our community safe and strong, we've got to take good care of our children. This is why I've donated hundreds of thousands to support programs like Kids Stop, Reading Buddies, Teachers of Excellence, and United Way. And it's also why I only do personal injury law. Because helping injured people win justice is its own reward.
Baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Corner of Clark and Addison, and the place already filling up as the Cubs host the Brewers. Game 2 of a 4-game weekend series. Last night the Brewers beat the Cubs 5-4, but a couple of hours later the Cardinals lost in San Francisco, and the Cubs clinching the National League Central Division. And they take the field behind veteran right-hander John Lackey. So back-to-back postseason berths. First division crown since 2008. Let's get the Brewers Southwest starting lineup written out by Craig Counsell. Keon Broxton will lead things off today. It'll be Scooter Gennett who had the big hit, the game winner in the 7th inning. Ryan Braun in left, Chris Carter at first, Hernan Perez at third, Domingo Santana is in right. The rookie Orlando Arcia plays short. Andrew Susac will catch, and Chase Anderson, the pitcher, hits ninth.
Well, we check in on the Cubs defensively. It's brought to you by Arby's. Joe Madden really shaking things up here this afternoon. Jorge Soler's in left. Albert Almora Jr. center field. Matt Caesar gets a start in right today. Listella Baez on the left side of the infield. Kawasaki Coughlin second first. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher for the Cubs is the veteran right-hander John Lackey. 27th start for John. 9 up, 8 down, 3.35 ERA. Been good here at home. His last 5 home starts. He has fashioned a 1.65 earned run average. The Cubs are 4-1 in those 5 ball games.
Your umpires, that's Lance Barksdale behind the plate. Angel Hernandez is at first. Ted Barrett is at second. He's also the crew chief. And Will Little is at third. Are we going to stay dry today? You usually know.
My trick knee's not acting up. We might be okay. Although we had a shot there before we went to break. Those ladies with the little rain bonnets on. They were either expecting rain or maybe they were expecting to be sprayed with champagne. Or Gladys, they say, the boys throw champagne all over the place. We better be ready.
So here's Broxton. He homered last night. What an atmosphere in the ballpark. Really all night last night as Broxton lines the first pitch in the left for a base hit. And a really neat moment about 10 minutes ago as we put up on the board that the Cubs were the division champions, and the crowd stood and cheered, and all the players came out of the dugout to acknowledge.
You see Broxton attacking the first pitch there. Expect to see a fair bit of that from the Brewers here today. John Lackey gets first pitch swings more than any pitcher in baseball because he throws first pitch strikes as much as any pitcher in baseball.
Popped up shallow left. Baez makes a running catch. Great play by Baez.
Yeah, getting some acknowledgement from John Lackey. He went a long way to get this one. And there's always that fear. You got that big linebacker Soler closing from left field, so it takes great concentration not to hear the footsteps. Stay on the baseball. Not an easy sky either. White overcast sky overhead. All presenting challenges for Baez, but he makes a spectacular play.
79 humid degrees. We've got a south wind. 9 miles an hour. Broxton takes off. Not a good throw by Contreras, and Broxton on his way to third. The throw there by Almora is late. Well, a lot of action here. A steal and an error.
Brewers run a lot, more than any team in the league. Contreras tries to make that throw from his knees, and Lackey kind of incredulous looking back in at him like, what are you doing, man? Where are you throwing that ball?
So we are 3 pitches into the game. And we've had a single, a great catch, a steal, and an error. 1-0, swing and a miss by Braun. Infield back in the first inning.
Yeah, it's the 23rd steal of the year for Broxton. He's only been caught 3 times. Everybody, just about everybody in their lineup, a threat to run. Catcher won't run. Santana, not so much. Carter, no. But everybody else, Broxton, Jeanette, Braun.
Oh, that got a big piece of Contreras. PJ Mainville and Joe Madden out quickly.
Could take time. It'll take a little time to get over that one. Remember earlier this year when that happened and you ran halfway to second base?
Yeah, I do remember. So 1-2, and with 2 strikes, the infield now drawn in.
Ron is 5 out of 22 in his career against John Lackey.
Ron is Brewers franchise leader in home runs with 282 in his career. Swing and a miss for the second out.
Yep, that's Lackey's best pitch all year long. That slider. Strikeout rate is up a good bit over last year. Command of this slide ball, outside corner, and then diving down and away to get the job done.
Everybody back. 2 outs. It's Chris Carter. 0 for 3 with a walk last night.
John went on the DL August 15th. He's out for 19 games with a right shoulder strain.
Runner at third, 2 outs, just underway. Carter went. Angel Hernandez made the call at first.
Next win for Lackey will be number 10. He's had double-digit wins every season. He has been a member of a rotation. Missed all of 2012 due to injury. Started in 02. Was 9-4 that year, but only made 18 starts. Every other season, he's had at least 10 wins.
Knocked down by Contreras. He is the active leader, John Lackey, in postseason starts with 20. He has been a part of 15 postseason series. With the Angels, the Red Sox, the Cardinals, and now coming up the Cubs. Called strike 3, and that will end the inning. So the Brewers strand Broxton at third, and the Cubs are coming up against Chase Anderson.
You're taking an enormous risk speaking with us, so thank you.
Of course.
What was the key to toppling this notorious crime ring?
By keeping my identity a secret, I was able to witness the atrocities firsthand. I've been undercover for 5 years. Anonymity is critical to my survival. Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
We are the Coors Brewing Company. And our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. A beer proud enough to wear our name in big, red, scripted letters. That's why we lager, filter, and package cold. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
Comparing midsize sedans? Here's what puts the Kia Optima ahead of the Nissan Altima. The Kia Optima has an available surround view monitor and turbo engine. The Nissan Altima does not. The 2016 Kia Optima is a KBB.com Best Buy Award winner. The Nissan Altima came up short there, too. Discover the next generation Optima. It's not your average midsize sedan. Lease the Optima LX for only $179 a month or get 0% financing. Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Kia dealer for details.
The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, and if Matt Caesar gets a hit to lead it off, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Already got the t-shirts available. Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Matt Caesar will lead off. Baez at short. Good work lately against Milwaukee. Soler with the home run last night. Contreras in the cleanup spot. Chris Coughlin spelling Anthony Rizzo at first. Almora Jr. is in center. He can play all three outfield spots. La Stella is at third. Mooney Kawasaki making his first start as a Cub, and the pitcher Lackey batting ninth.
Where do we find the Brewers? Brought to you by Arby's. There's Braun in left, Broxton center, Santana strong arm in right, Perez Arcia, Jeanette Carter on the infield, Andrew Susak starting assignment behind the plate today. Lexus starting pitcher, 28-year-old right-hander Chase Anderson.
Outside for ball one.
8-11, 453. For the young right-hander, first year with the Brewers, acquired this winter in a deal from the Diamondbacks, 5-player deal. Gene Segura, infielder, moving the other way, the primary piece.
Missed again. It's 3-0. So what's left to accomplish, JD? 146 games in.
Clinch a best overall record. 6 games better than the Nationals.
Now the magic number is 11 for that. And Caesar takes the walk.
100 wins.
Yep.
That's certainly a feather in the cap kind of an accomplishment for any team.
Cubs need to go 7 and 9 at the very least to get to 100 wins.
I've got a couple guys in the MVP conversation, a couple more in the Cy Young debate. Anderson's a reverse split guy, a right-handed pitcher, but way better against lefties than righties. In terms of batting average, over 100 points better against left-handed hitters because he has a really good changeup. He likes to work down and away to left-handed hitters. He's been getting hurt on his fastball. And he's had a hard time keeping the ball in the ballpark, running one of the higher home run rates in the league. He's per 9 innings pitched, minimum of 100 innings pitched this year. Home runs per 9. You see Anderson just a little bit better than Jonathan Neese. And really Peralta also on that list.
2 to Baez, and Javier chased a bad one. So 1 out. And it's Jorge Soler hitting third and playing left. Only matinee in baseball, everything else later tonight. That is almost always the case on a Friday. And the Cubs are at Wrigley Field.
And we talked about a pregame. This lineup, this is not a, hey, we clinched, let's give the regulars a day off lineup. This is a predetermined by Joe a couple of days ago because of the long road trip with the late arrivals into a couple of cities and the odd start times. The day game here today after the night game. So this is kind of his Sunday lineup. He's trotting out there on a Friday afternoon.
Runner at first, 1 out. And possibly a double play ball, the flip, and they turn it. Jeanette and Arcia team up. Arcia was pulled over toward the hole, but they still get it done. 0-0 after an inning.
36 hours ago, you were Jeff and Susan. Now, you're Mom and Dad. But you've got this. You read the baby manuals, you baby-proofed the house, bought yourself a safe SUV. You're totally ready for this. Right? The Mazda CX-5.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store, including thousands of sale items. Whether you're remodeling your house or creating a new bathroom, you'll save 11% on all of it, so you can finish your latest project and start planning the next big thing. Get building with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale price items, now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
In Chicago, some things just go together, like front porches and blue W's, bricks and ivy, Waveland Avenue and souvenirs, Jake and State Farm. Like home and auto insurance with State Farm, they just go together, and they save you time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Cub fans, here's your opportunity to register for the chance to purchase 2016 postseason tickets for potential games to be played at Wrigley Field. Go to Cubs.com/postseason to register and learn more about this postseason ticket purchase opportunity. The Cubs will conduct random drawings from among eligible fans who successfully complete the registration form.
The electric atmosphere here at Wrigley Field last night certainly resonated on televisions around town. Comcast Sportsnet delivered its highest Cubs single game rating ever last night. 11.19 Chicago market household rating. And you were terrific, so you picked a good night.
Boy, had I known that many people were watching, I really would have dialed it up.
1 strike, and Hernan Perez playing third. That will get out of play. And today we want to welcome all our viewers watching on Zing in Rensselaer, Indiana. Viewers watching around the country on MLB Network, up in Canada on Rogers Sportsnet, and around the world on the American Forces Network. Glad to have you with us. That's deep to right, and it's caught by Matt Caesar on the warning track.
John Lackey, 37 years of age, 6'6", 235. That kind of gunslinger mentality when he takes the mound. Let's get it on, boys. Very aggressive. We talked about the swings he gets on first pitches and how often he throws first pitch strikes. And a lot of times he's not trying to pick away at a corner. It's like, throw it in there. Let's go. I'm willing to challenge if you're willing to swing. And then under a little duress, couple base runners, he'll adjust his program a little bit. That approach has served him well over these many years. 174 major league wins on his resume.
Line shot center field. It'll hold up. Almora.
I think the word that comes to mind when I contemplate Joe Madden's view of John Lackey is trust. Lackey's been through the wars. He's a veteran. He knows how to pitch. And I think Joe just kind of, okay, hands in the ball every 5th day or 6th or 7th or 8th, whatever, you know, what's going on with the rotation these days. But the point being, it's just, hey, you go do your thing. I'm just going to hang out here in the dugout and watch and enjoy. Come and get you after 6 2/3 or 7 1/3. You'll be mad at me. I'm good with that.
Arcia way out of here. 2/3 of the way up the bleachers. Brewers' #1 prospect just hit his 4th home run, and it's 1-0.
This kid has a brilliant future. He's just a puppy, young guy. Didn't know he had this kind of juice in his bat. John immediately looks to see what kind of body language he's getting from Arcia going down the line. A little bit of a helping breeze. I felt like it was blowing in earlier, but maybe not.
Yeah, it has turned around. Absolutely now helping the batters. Susac, the former San Francisco Giant, came over in the Will Smith deal on August 1st. 2nd start behind the plate with his new team.
A little right on right changeup. We don't see much of that from Lackey. Fastball will flash 94, but usually 91, 92. Talk about his slider, has a curveball as well, and the change. Changeup usually reserved for left-handed batters. All not really coming out of his hand that cleanly here in this inning.
That'll bring up the pitcher Anderson with a man on and 2 down. And the wind now howling straight out to center. It feels like July, not September.
I might have been able to get one to the warning track on a day like today in BP. Maybe. Yeah, you better turn those hats around backwards today, boys.
2-2. 1-0 on the Arcia home run. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. Third strikeout for Lackey early after an inning and a half. It's 1-0 Brewers.
Now that Big Papi's retiring, he's being smarter with his money.
I need to be smart with my money.
So he's become a super savvy shopper. Oh. That's why the Xfinity Best Offer of the Year is a home run. Lock in your rate for 2 years, plus get the X1 voice remote.
There is no crying in baseball.
It's the Big Papi of deals.
I'm not crying. My eyes are just sweating.
Score our Best Offer of the Year on the X1 Triple Play from Comcast for only $89.99 a month and lock in your rate for 2 years. Go online, call, or visit today.
The Honda Take Home a CRV sales event is here with incredible deals. Loaded with standard features like Pandora compatibility, a multi-angle rear view camera, and plenty of cargo space. It's no wonder the CRV was named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Buy for 2016. Hurry into the Honda Take Home a CRV sales event and get a great deal today.
Jack Link's Jerky presents Working Out with Sasquatch. Jack Link's Jerky, the protein packed snack packed with protein.
When the temperature drops, winter tires are safer below 45 degrees. Buy now and get a $50 Visa prepaid card on any set of winter tires purchased with your Discount Tire credit card. Thank you, Discount Tire.
Brewers 1, Cubs no score. Bottom of the second. Experience playoff baseball from one of the rooftops across from Wrigley Field. They offer both indoor and outdoor seating. Limited playoff tickets are available by calling 773-248-ROOF or by visiting visiting WrigleyRooftops.com. Try to say Wrigley without putting field on the end of it. WrigleyRooftops.com.
Okay, we got it. WrigleyRooftops.com. You got 2 weeks to get that right.
I'm gonna type in WrigleyFieldRooftops.com and see if that gets me there anyway.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Cubs trail 1-0 early. They'll have Contreras, Coghlan, and Almora here in the second.
When you type that in, it says, "No, you idiot, it's WrigleyRooftops.com." Well, with this wind blowing out and Anderson's propensity to give up home runs, this could be interesting. He's going to have to really battle, keep the ball out of the air.
Anderson, like Lackey, is from the state of Texas. He's from Wichita Falls. 3 no-hitters during his senior year at Ryder High School. Twins were all over him, drafted him twice in low rounds out of high school and then out of junior college, but he did not sign. Eventually went to the Diamondbacks in the 9th round. 2009 after attending the University of Oklahoma. Still 1-2.
He has pitched scoreless baseball his last 2 starts. They were both on the road. Last time out at St. Louis, 5 2/3, 3 hits, no runs. Previous start at Pittsburgh, 5 innings, 5 hits, no runs.
Called strike 3, well located. Right on the corner.
As I mentioned earlier, he's gotten hurt on his fastball. Right-handed hitters in particular doing a lot of damage, but that one well placed. A two-seamer. Hugging the inside corner to get Contreras for his second strikeout.
We'll bring up Chris Coughlin, getting some rare time at first. Chris joined the Cubs in June after being reacquired from the Oakland A's. 5 homers on the year, all hit in an Oakland uniform. Swing and a miss.
He spent some time on the DL and just really hasn't had a chance to get that much playing time since putting on a Cub uniform. Disappointing year after a very good year last season. Look out, coming our way. Oh, nice play down there. Yes, sir.
Our guy Dave Cella had a shot at one recently, and well, if you were watching, you know how the story ended.
Yeah, and he knows how tough it is to make that play. That's why he's over giving the big high five and the handshake.
He's a good teammate, right?
Yeah, he's down there. He's part of the group down there. He's working, but he's part of the community of fans. And he was going over to provide support. He was there to handle a carom if need be.
Center, it'll drop for the Cubs' first hit.
Nice easy pass there by Chris at the changeup, and I mentioned Anderson so much better against lefties. Left-handed batters hitting only .204 against him. Gets a lot of swings and misses with that changeup. Coughlin's swing pass stays in the zone a long time and delivers a solid single.
Albert Almora Jr. brought back up on September 6th for his second stint with the big league club. 34 games middle of the year. It has been quite a summer for Albert. He was slated to get married. And the day he got called up. Ground ball to third. As they will go around the horn, we'll have to tell the rest of the story a little later.
Paul Harvey.
That's right. That's the one he dropped, and how Ron Santo might have called it.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Ankin with legendary sportscaster Steve Stone.
And I know the right team knows how to win, like Howard Ankin Law Office.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, I'm here to help. Please give me a call.
Put Howard's number in your phone right now, 312-6-MILLION.
Play hard, party hard. That's what I tell my players. When it's time to celebrate, I shop at Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. And like I coach the guys, if you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Hey, honey. You remember to lock the Buick, right?
Of course I do. I'd never forget that.
The My Buick app, now available in every Buick.
You closed all the apartment windows, too.
Come on. Really?
You're the best.
It's the Buick 2016 model year sell down. Now get 20% below MSRP on select Encore models in stock. That's nearly $5,600 below MSRP on this Encore.
A well put together man is said to be sharp. At GMC, we get why people appreciate that kind of precision. After all, precision is the kind of sharp that slices through a crowd. This is the precision of professional grade. It's the GMC 2016 model year sell down. Now get 20% below MSRP on select Sierra 1500 models in stock. That's over $10,300 on this Sierra SLT Crew.
Hey, football fans, Monday at 6:30 on CSN Plus. Get ready for the home opener against the Eagles with Chris Bowden, Lance Briggs, Alex Brown, and Jim Miller on Bears Pregame Live. Then join the guys after the game for Bears Postgame Live beginning Monday night at 6:30 on CSN Plus. And I am down big in our fantasy matchup this week. You had a huge night last night because of former Bear Matt Forte. He scored 3 touchdowns.
He ran for 100, scored 3 times, I believe.
Well, we still have the Sunday games and Monday night, but I do not like my chances.
I'm not counting my chickens.
1-1 on Keon Broxton. He went.
Even if he didn't, should have been a strike. One of those good pitch, at least half a swing, adds up to a definite strike. Go a little further out, see if he'll expand. He'll strike out a bunch. But he's shown a willingness to take a walk.
Craig Counsell noted the atmosphere last night. So did the closer Tyler Thornburg. And they agreed with what we talked about last night. No matter what your record is, you would love playing on nights like that.
Yeah, these are fun games to play for teams that are out of contention. Coming to a jam-packed ballpark with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. Playing out the string in some Septembers in front of 2,500 disinterested patrons. Not a whole lot of fun.
Lackey will check on the runner. Broxton with a steal in the first. Moved to third on a throwing error by Contreras. That's a strike.
Contreras loves to throw to the bases with a left-handed hitter up. If Broxton takes an aggressive secondary lead, and they take a shot at him. He's taking a pretty good primary lead right now. Enough to get Lackey's attention.
By Coughlin. Well, the game of the night last night was in Boston, where the Red Sox stunned the Yankees with 5 in the bottom of the 9th, capped by the Hanley Ramirez 3-run homer as the Red Sox won 7-5. Huge game for both teams.
Now, Boston's are in first place in the American League East, 2 games better than Baltimore and Toronto. And those two teams would claim the wild card spots if the season were to end today.
Time call.
Highly unlikely that the season's going to end today, but if it did, Baltimore and Toronto would be in. Detroit, Seattle, just 2 games back in the wild card race, and the Yankees and Astros hanging in as well.
All right, so the Yankees could have been 4 back in the division, 3 back in the division, and 2 out in the wild card. They could not hang on.
Side note today, Ramirez hit a home run on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Hardest pitch he has ever homered on. Oof. And so much a lean as it was just a jab step, little fake by Broxton. Good count here for Craig Counsell if he's inclined to play a little hit and run. Lackey likes to go quickly, and having to pay attention to Broxton over there at first base takes him out of his rhythm a little bit.
Swing and a miss, and 2-2.
Changeup. I think Scooter was maybe trying to make a case for a catcher's interference.
Contreras has had a tough day. He's had a changeup grip. And just got clipped.
That's what no catcher's interference. The catcher got whacked in the noggin.
There goes Broxton. The pitch is high, and the throw and the tag. He got him. Contreras and Baez are so fun to watch.
Well, Lackey worked hard trying to keep him close over there. Contreras gets a good pitch to handle. As good as a pitch out, that elevated fastball. Quick feet, strong throw. Really quick tag. Broxton, he got tagged on the head by Coughlin on one of the pickoff throws, and Baez gets him on the coconut as well.
Well, there is no wasted effort. Contreras gets that ball and fires down to second. That will land a foul. Jeanette thought it was going to be way foul and then started running, thinking maybe the wind will keep it fair. But it was well to the right of the pole. Two popped into left, and it's Soler to one-handed. Well, Braun with 2 outs and nobody on. So the Cubs winning the division. They will end up 1 day shy of going wire to wire. That was back on April 8th. First Friday of the season. Deep center. Almora will watch it go. Just over the batter's eye. 2-0.
Yeah, I don't believe that one needed a whole lot of help from the wind. He really got into that one. Did Braun. His 28th. Had to feel good. He gets booed every time he comes up here. Hey, got a fist bump from that Cub fan down there. What's up with that?
Ford home run replay. He knew it.
Is that Dave Cella?
He'll never live it down, will he? Inside on Carter. That's a strike.
Must be a challenge for the third base coaches around the league to know all the different home run handshakes you have to deliver. Whether you go low, high, fist bump, handshake.
It's Ed Cedar. He's from Waukegan, Illinois, longtime member of the Brewers staff.
I was always a fan of this, the handshake with the pat on the backside as they go around. It's kind of old school.
Propel them toward the plate.
Yeah.
Montero sets up toward the outside, and the 1-2 swing and a miss to end the inning. Brewers have hit a couple of solo homers today, Arcia and Braun, and they lead 2-0 in the third.
You're taking an enormous risk speaking with us, so thank you.
Of course.
What was the key to toppling this notorious crime ring?
By keeping my identity a secret, I was able to witness the atrocities firsthand. I've been undercover for 5 years. Anonymity is critical to my survival.
Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Did you just see that? That was awesome. We have to try it. Okay. Okay, mine's not working. Maybe you have to bump it. Oh, yeah, do the bump it thing. Right. Okay. Yeah.
You can take money out using the BMO Harris app.
You want to buy a hairless cat? There's a pet store down the street.
Cool.
I think she said BMO Harris app. Yeah, that makes more sense.
When your phone is your debit card, that's the BMO effect. BMO Harris Bank, we're here to help.
This may look like just a car driving down the road, but the Camry is so much more. It's the product of over $1 million an hour of research and development to enhance its cutting-edge features. We worry about every single detail, so by the time it gets to you, there's nothing left to worry about. Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease a new 2017 Camry with zero due at signing, or get 0% APR for 72 months plus $500 bonus cash. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back here to Wrigley Field with your Coors Light game report. And before this contest got underway, a very special moment taking place here on the field as the Cubs players filtered out of the dugout as the big video board acknowledged them as your 2016 National League Central Division champions, and the entire crowd here on their feet supporting this team as they have done all season long. And as you can see here, the guys tipping the cap to all of the fans here at Wrigley, who they always go on and on about the type of support they get and the environment that they get to play in front of every night. Guys, it was a special moment and lots more celebrating to come.
Thank you, Kelly. One strike on Tommy La Stella.
I imagine there'll be a similar moment after the ball game before the players head into the clubhouse to celebrate.
Deep left center, still going back and caught. And Broxton banging into the bricks right next to the green door, and he's down. That was a great catch, but a little extra extension at the very end. And Ryan Braun quickly calling out the athletic trainer and Craig Counsell.
Yeah, heck of a play by Keon Broxton. We saw him take a home run away from Anthony Rizzo on the last road trip. This time he takes extra bases away from Tommy La Stella, but he pays a price holding that right arm wrist area. A lot of momentum carried into the brick wall.
Yeah, it looks like wrist is what Ryan Braun was saying. A little extra reach at the end, and it really makes you vulnerable when you're going that fast. And he will not take any chances. So he'll come out of the game and I'm sure get x-rays.
Yeah, that looks like a season ender.
Ooh, right arm or wrist. Man. Dan Wright, one of their athletic trainers. And well, Broxton, as you mentioned, has made a couple of unbelievable grabs against the Cubs here these last couple of weeks. Neuenhuis will replace him in center. This was a game saver against Anthony Rizzo.
I'm really intrigued by Keon Broxton. He seems to be coming into his own offensively. He's not a really young guy with 26, 27, I think. Been around a little bit. He's really swinging it well here in the second half. The athleticism is obvious when you watch him make plays in the outfield, the way he runs the bases. Will take over. He's been a bit of a cup killer this year.
Munenori Kawasaki. First start this year, 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI as a reserve, and a swing and a miss. And he was one of the most popular Cubs in the clubhouse throughout spring training. His teammates love him. Good bunt. Anderson will get him as that throw is dug out by Carter at first.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Kawasaki's not going to hit it over the outfielders' heads very often. Tries to use his speed, but Anderson makes a good play and a nice pick by Chris Carter.
John Lackey with 2 outs. Well, if he wants to win his home run bet with John Lester, today will be his best opportunity, right? With the wind blowing out.
He just took a pretty good shot right there.
On the ground toward third. And that will end the inning. So we go to the 4th. It's 2-0 Milwaukee.
In Chicago, some things just go together, like front porches and blue W's, bricks and ivy, Waveland Avenue and souvenirs, Jake and State Farm. Like home and auto insurance with State Farm, they just go together, and they save you time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Good or better? The Hyundai Tucson versus the Ford Escape. Estimated fueling costs, the Ford's higher. Estimated routine repairs, the Ford's higher.
What's happening?
In fact,
guys?
Hyundai has the lowest 5-year cost to own of all brands for 2016.
Guys, very funny.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai.
And this is the reason to buy now. Lease the Tucson for a limited time for only $179 a month. Visit buyhyundai.com.
Tonight, get your gridiron on with High School Lights on CSN. It's Chicagoland's premier preps recap show, featuring the latest scores, highlights, interviews, fan reaction, and more. High School Lights, presented by Wintrust, tonight at 11 on CSN.
Welcome back, folks. The best availability for tickets during this final homestand of the regular season would be the Red Series, Monday through Wednesday, the 19th through the 21st. Don't miss your chance to catch a game at beautiful Wrigley Field. Visit Cubs.com to get your tickets today.
A couple of changes possibly scheduled. And hopefully Jorge Soler is all right, as Miguel Montero will come in to catch, and Contreras will head out to left.
Yeah, you never know this time of year. Injury-related move, or just get a guy in that bat, get him out of the ball game kind of thing.
Two-nothing Brewers. Ground ball, knocked down by Lackey, and safe. Good try by Kawasaki. Perez is aboard with an infield hit.
Perez continues to impress. Solid contact. Good try by Kawasaki, but it's an infield hit for Perez. Hit the ball sharply to right field first time up. And normally, though, you wouldn't make that kind of movement with your catcher, right? And you're starting pitcher out there working with the catcher. Normally, you would keep that combination together.
Almora's got it. Santana retired.
I'm wondering if that move is more related to Contreras taking that foul ball and not feeling very comfortable behind the plate, but want to keep him in the game to get him some at bats.
Yeah, Soler played last night. And one hop, Kawasaki feeds Baez. Throw to first. Double play. 4-6-3. And the inning is over. Nicely done by the guys up the middle. 2-0 Brewers.
It's SUV season from Ford. The best time to get into a new Escape, Edge, or Explorer with features that keep you connected. And with SiriusXM, enjoy 150 channels of commercial-free music, plus sports, entertainment, news, and comedy. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now get an Edge or Explorer with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,750 bonus cash, or lease a 2017 Escape for just $199 a month.
I've been thinking, this might be the one thing in the world you pull apart to come together.
New Papa John's cinnamon pull-aparts covered with cinnamon crumble and sweet cream cheese icing. Try our new cinnamon pull-aparts for just $6.
Hey, Papa John's.
It's Peyton. It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
E-Man. What up, Peyton? You know I have DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. I get every game, every Sunday, all in HD.
Yeah, I know that.
So you want to come over? I'll make nachos.
I can't right now, man. I'm playing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Pencil you in for Tuesday.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket included at no extra charge. Only on DirecTV.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Today's CSN Bar of the Game, presented by Coors Light, is Lamplighter Inn in Palatine. Cubs trailed 2-0. Overcast, warm, humid day, wind blowing out. Matt Caesar will start it for the Cubs. Outside for ball one.
Kind of a grossly humid day here today. Very sticky. Anderson up to the challenge so far, keeping the ball on the ground. Stella hit that deep drive that Broxton made the play on, but other than that, a couple double play balls, a couple comebackers to in the last inning.
Matt Caesar 2 for his last 28. Did walk in the first inning. Signature game this year for Matt, probably August 12th against the Cardinals. He was in that leadoff spot, double, hit by pitch, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, scored 4 times. And the Cubs 13-2 win. Also hit the big insurance grand slam against the Braves back on April 29th.
Hasn't had many ABs here of late. Been really good off the bench this year.
High fly out into the left for Ryan Braun. It's Baez who came in hitting .300 in his home ballpark this season. Line and caught. Hernan Perez stole away a double.
Wow, you cannot hit the ball any harder than that.
Bad luck.
Woof. Absolutely blistered. Bat to glove. About half a second.
Get the exit velocity from StatCast here in a moment. .107 miles an hour according to MLB StatCast. Montero with his first plate appearance today just came in to catch. Cubs the earliest clinching team to win a division since the Angels in 2008. They did it on September 10th. Of that season. Cubs on September 15th. This is the 20th postseason appearance in Cubs history. 6th division title. 4 coming in the National League Central. 2 in the old version of the Eastern Division. 4th time they've been in the playoffs in consecutive years. 1885 and 86, 3 straight years, 1906 to 08, and then much more recently 2007 and 8. Ball 4.
The 2008 Angels team ended up winning 100 ball games, but they were bounced in the division series by the Red Sox. John Lester and John Lackey hooked up a couple times in that series. Lester bested Lackey in game 1, and then I think it was decided by the bullpens in game 4.
By the way, the Cubs' magic number to clinch home field throughout the NL playoffs is 10. Going into action today. Neuenhuis playing pretty deep. He's got to come in, slide the grab, and that's the inning. A couple of nice plays by Brewers center fielders today. They still lead 2-0.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Who said sporty couldn't be a little bit adventurous? At Elgin Hyundai, our amazing selection of new SUVs are dependable, fuel efficient, and built for adventure. Like this new 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport with popular equipment package, just under $25,000. Or a new 2016 Hyundai Tucson SE, just under $21,000. Come take a test drive today at our brand new facility and start your next adventure at Elgin Hyundai. Visit ElginHyundai.com.
You're going to like buying a car this way.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh, no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends, too.
It's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook. Book your next special memory at the Champagne Lodge today. You know you deserve it.
Most Cubs coverage, go to CSNChicago.com. Brought to you by Wintrust.
Welcome back, folks. Check out the new Bears Talk podcast. Here from Brian Urlacher, Jim Miller, and more as your Bears head into Monday night against the Eagles. Subscribe at CSNChicago.com/podcast. Remember, Bears win on a late safety.
Overtime safety or just late?
Could be. I haven't visualized completely how it's going to go down. It's going to be late.
It's 2-zip for the visitors.
So the Brewers have traded Jonathan Lucroy away. He's a Texas Ranger now. Martin Maldonado, who had been caddying for Lucroy these last few years, has taken over as the main backstop. Just that getting the start here today. I'm not sure what their plan going forward is. Seems like they might be in the market this offseason for a frontline catcher. Maybe they got somebody bubbling up through their system. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a big void in the trade. Jonathan Lucroy.
Yeah, and that's one. It's a tough deal to make because he had a very club-friendly contract.
Something happened upstairs. I didn't see it, but I'm assuming somebody got a hand on it and didn't catch it again.
And maybe it's not that much of a priority for the Brewers because they might not feel like next year's the year they're going to make a big leap forward anyway as they continue to try to identify their core players. That's an asset teams tend to cling to, though. You got a a solid frontline catcher who's a good two-way player, both defensively and a run producer.
Line shot, base hit.
And there's not a ton of those guys around.
All right, we've got Coughlin covering at first. Kawasaki about 40 feet from home plate. And Anderson squared, pulled the bat back, and then really got buzzed by a fastball. That was a changeup, I guess. 87.
We've seen Joe do this on occasion. Avi Baez made a couple plays crashing in from second base. This is a little bit different in that Kawasaki is deployed early. He's out there bouncing around like a goaltender. We've seen on occasion with Ben Zobrist playing second base where Ben will come over and hold the base runner at first, and Anthony will come in and position himself similar to where Kawasaki is now.
He drives it to right, and it's caught by Caesar. So it worked out well for the Cubs, kept the Brewers from getting down that bunt. Make sure you follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on CSNChicago.com. Presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Got in there because of the injury to Keon Broxton. Do not know the severity of that injury just yet. Looked like his right wrist. Neuenhuis has put up great numbers at home, but he has been really bad on the road. Hard to explain. He's been very good against the Cubs this year as he chops it foul. At home, he's hitting .290 with a .953 OPS. On the road, 129 with a .467. So as we said in Milwaukee last week, he's MVP.